question. What are you guys going to do for international students?
Can you maybe a little more specific?
No.
Or, no? Okay. Okay, Daria, I wanted to say that international students make up 10% of the population of Baruch, and actually our Vice President Vlad is an international student from Slovakia. So we have those issues core at heart, and something that we want to do is we want to extend office hours until 8 p.m. in all the student services offices, and that includes the Office of International Student Affairs. So, and also the needs of international students are the needs of all of our students. They need the healthcare center. Actually, they need the healthcare center more perhaps than anybody else because they might not have insurance. So we need to work to save the healthcare center, make sure that the student activity referendum passes regardless of how it is. And we want to care for all 12,000 students. So that includes the 1,200 international students. Thank you.
Before we begin, Garam, this is my fault. I forgot to say the answers for these are 1 minute each.
I do agree with Ben that healthcare and all these other things are for international students, and we do support. But I think the prime reason why we don't have any international student initiative is because we don't really understand what they really want. And past semester, I've met with a couple of them, just like Stephen, to really understand what the issues are. And these issues are just, I think it's mostly similar to what we face every day. So as long as we have that conversation and have that heart open to their, their opinions, then it'll be great. Thank you.
It's a pretty broad question, but anyways, well, internationally, you can join these clubs, and you gotta go for the clubs that go for your major. You know what? Because like I said before, I want to give money to the clubs that are the most productive, that will help better education. I'm all about education. And an international student, you come here because you think that this college offers a better education than the school that you could have gone to in your country. So international students have to join the clubs, they have to get involved, and then I'm going to be funding these clubs so that they can set up training programs for their majors. And that's how we'll help international students. Thank you.
We touched on a wide range of problems. What do you think is the single biggest problem that we face as Baruch students, and what do you plan on doing to overcome that?
He's asking, we've covered many different topics, and we'll cover more. What do you think is the single greatest problem that we face, and how do you intend to tackle it? Am I right?
Yeah, right on.
I think the single most important thing that we have to kind of improve is student engagement. And that's what MBE is about. Last year, our main thing was counter-commuter culture, to really help them to see the opportunity what you have in this college. And this year, we're going to develop that as well, at the same time working on academics and professional development and campus enhancement. Thank you.
I mean, the single biggest problem in student life, I think, is the issue of priorities of student government, where USG should be a problem-solving organization, as I said before, not a problem-causing one. This means that we should be focusing on issues that affect all 12,000 students, like the broken campus, and like these offices that are big ball of red tape. It takes you 45 minutes to wait in line there, and then you go to the athletic center. This affects thousands of students. I go there. I know many of the people in here go there on a regular basis. And you look in the shower curtains, and they're moldy, and the line for the lockers can stretch 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So these are the kind of issues that are important. It's the things that affect all of us on our daily basis, and not just. I mean, student engagement obviously is a great one. It's hard to choose a single issue that is most important. But I would say focusing our efforts on solving problems rather than spending our money on renovating our office.
All right, I'm sure most of you will guess what I'm about to say. The single one problem is education. There you go. That's what it is. Baruch is a CUNY, all right? It's not a SUNY, it's not a private university. All right, so when employers look at this CUNY, they say, okay, Baruch is a good school, but why should I choose this person over a person who goes to, let's say, NYU? Well, the difference will be, like I said, about these programs that the clubs will offer, like the investment banking training program. For example, the employer will look at Baruch, and he'll look at the student's resume, and the resume will be full of all these different training programs that the student has went through. That's basically qualifying for the job far better than the NYU student who's just learned about various sorts of things. And like I said, the main problem is education. We have to worry about that because the majority of students here care far more about education, and we need to worry about that a lot more than student life. But once again, I am an independent for a reason because I know that I am too worried about education. That's why I'm gonna have all these other students in the USG who will help you to improve student life.
In the back.
This is for everybody. One of the biggest issues going on, I think, is in why are students really at Baruch? And for the most part, the answer is to get a job after college. And unfortunately, we have a 10% unemployment rate going on the national level in our country, and it's not very easy to get a job. How, if you were put in a position to be the head of USG, are you going to help engage students and connect them with potential employers and get them in front of more people that's going to give them more opportunities?
Everyone understand the question?
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what we've done so far. I'm president of Baruch Grassroots, it's a political awareness organization on this campus. We do a lot of discussions and events. And one thing that we've done is we've offered contacts for internships in the political area. Senator Schumer's office, Congresswoman Maloney both represent the Baruch area, and Assemblyman Kavanaugh. So we've helped set up several people to get internships in that field. So that's the kind of thing we want to do. It's all the context. Each one, you know somebody, you know somebody, you know somebody. But on the grand scale, you see the sophomore reorientation. We spoke about that. I've spoken about that twice so far. And the main part of that's going to be we're involving the Star Career Development Center, which languishes back here sometimes because people don't see it, they don't walk by, they don't use it. And we're going to say, this is a great resource. You can get your resume looked at, you can get mock interviews, and make people actually use that and start concentrating on saying, hey, you know what? I graduated in 4 years, but what am I doing after I'm out of here? So that's our plan on that.
Well, how many of you believe that every student here knows about the Star Career Development Center? 1, 2. Okay. Well, all of us here do, but the majority of students do not. All right, and that's definitely a fact. Why? Because of